Oh my goodness. Hello, everybody. Welcome one, welcome all. Welcome to the show. I am your host, Mr. Kevlar Treat Him Swell, and you are here on the Fifth Quarter Sports Podcast. Joined with me, as always, Mr. Skip from Skip's Trophies and More, Mr. Diamond Dirty D Faux Life, and the Kick Step King, Coach. Hey, fellas, what it is, what it ain't, what up, go. How are we doing tonight?
What up, though?
Wonderful, man. We're good, man. We're good. We're blessed. We're blessed. We're here, and we appreciate everybody tuning in. We ain't got that many people right now, but they coming, and we got some stuff to talk about. Yeah.
I'm gonna start us off right here, just while we wait for the folks. Hey, man, Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter had their jerseys retired at Colorado. Why? Travis Hunter being a Heisman Trophy winner, okay. But Shedeur, that is purely a nepotism trophy.
Oh, my God. Listen. Can I go first?
Go ahead.
Name a quarterback in Colorado history did what he did in 2 years.
Cordell Stewart.
They put the stats up, and I should have screenshot. Okay. Well, don't name him then.
Wait.
Go.
You jumping, and you ain't even let me finish.
Don't interrupt me because I said name one that did better than him.
I just named one.
You did not. That boy got 7,000 yards in 2 years. Cordell ain't get 7,000 yards in 4 years. So, no, he did not. Name another one. I'm ready for this one. Let's go. Okay. That's what I thought. I knew that Cordell, he
so
ain't
your
do nothing.
argument, I'm not saying they got whatever they want to do with their university is fine. But you gonna sit in, and I ain't talking about no stats. Cordell, we taking the stats out of it. Cordell, you don't think Cordell Stewart should have had his jersey retired in Colorado?
That's between the administration that was there when Cordell Stewart was there and Cordell Stewart. So Dion's supposed to go back and retire everybody, Rashawn Salam and all them jerseys too.
Michael Westbrook?
I said Dion's supposed to do that.
No. This has nothing. I'm not putting nothing on Dion.
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna point the finger at Dion. What I'm saying, I'm not pointing no finger at nobody. This is opinionated between us. Mm-hmm. All I said was, hey, boy had a hell of a year. I'm not hell of a 2 years. But with his record is what it is, Eric Bieniemy, with his record is what it is, not going to a national championship or a major bowl like that or a playoff game. You know what I'm saying? Is he deserving of that compared to your Miami greats?
Well, see, don't put Miami in this.
I put Miami
ain't got nothing to do with this. You cannot do that. You can't do that.
The reason why I say that, Skip, just stay with me.
I can't.
Yes, you can. Because you cut me off. Listen to me. It's two different universities. And we know all the great players that came through Miami. And a lot of them don't have their jerseys retired. That's what I'm getting at.
Okay, but that's no comparison. You know why? Because Miami got 5 national championships. Colorado ain't got now.
Yes, they do.
When they got it?
1990.
Or they shared with Washington?
They shared with Georgia Tech.
Who else? Anyway, is any of those guys with jersey retired? That's who we
Yes.
Let's compare it to them guys.
Yes.
Don't use Miami. You didn't use Georgia.
I don't have
Why would
to.
you throw Miami in it?
Because I'm giving you an example,
It's
sir.
not a good comparison, though.
Really?
The University of Miami.
Again, what I said was, you going off championships. Your players had better players there, and some of their jerseys are not retired. Mm-hmm. That's my comparison. Mm-hmm. Georgia has better players than Colorado across the board, and none of their jerseys are retired. That's what I'm trying to explain.
So all colleges should have the same standard of what they do.
I didn't say that.
Answer my question. So all colleges should have the same standard of what the criteria is to retire jersey.
They can do whatever they want.
So why'd you compare Miami then?
Oh my God, have mercy. Go ahead, Skip.
You miss now. See, you want me to get your point, but you're not getting mine.
I use Miami. I use Miami because that's your team. You
Exactly.
know everything about Miami, as you should. You know every great player that's went from Miami from back before when Testaverde and all them was playing to all the way up to the Ed Reeds of the world. You know these people. Yeah. So when you look at it, they haven't did no ceremony for Ed Reed. They did one for Ray Lewis. They ain't did it. I'm just using, not that we know Miami's a better university as far as national championship standard. We know that.
Right. But
we know that.
Now, go ahead.
But we just talking about the two, Skip. Just like we can say Georgia. We can say Georgia Tech. We can say whoever.
Okay, and my point is, there still is criteria. Miami's criteria could be out the roof because of what they've had in the past. All of the All-Americans and All-Pros and Hall of Famers that's left there. So their criteria to get the jersey retired could be a lot higher. Colorado has nothing.
Okay, bro.
Think about it. They have nothing for comparison to. You come there with a one-win team and take them to contending for a national championship spot with nothing. You drafted 53 players out of transfer portal and took this team and sold out every game for 2 straight years, something that hadn't happened in 15 years. And you think it was Deion that did that? It was some players too. So we don't know what their criteria is. So to bring Miami into it, I don't understand the comparison. That's my point.
Just skip the main point. 13 and 11 shouldn't get your jersey retired.
In whose opinion? Not Colorado's. That's the point I'm making. We're sitting here giving our opinion based on what our schools have done or not done. Because Colorado's doing it, they could be starting a new era. You get what I'm saying? So for us to say, well, why Miami ain't did it? Because the criteria is different. The person to hire about it.
It's a publicity stunt, sir. We know what it is.
Publicity.
Hey, what's your opinion on it, man? You've been quiet down there.
Oh no, I've been, just hearing the guys out, but I have 2 points I want to make on this. Those young men did a lot for the University of Colorado, along with Deion. They, like Skip said, they brought the fandom and the good football experience back to Colorado. So I'm not gonna hate on these young men. But my other point is, I don't agree with this shit not one bit. Because damn, what was they down record? And
13 and 11.
Sniff no natty, you ain't sniff no playoff. So no, I ain't retiring nothing. Y'all probably gonna go on to be great pros. And I ain't saying that y'all not. And I ain't saying that y'all weren't great college football players. But it was 1,000 other great college football players better than y'all that play for other universities. But like I said, I'm never gonna be no hater towards them young men. I wish them nothing but the best, but I don't agree with it.
And see, and that's a good thing. I don't agree with it. I don't think it's lasted long enough for nobody to attempt to break what they've done to get the jersey retired. But to say, well, why the other schools ain't did it? That ain't got nothing to do with Colorado. And then this man said publicity stunt. Don't you think that man get enough publicity by opening his mouth?
Who?
Deion.
We're not talking about Deion.
Who's the publicity for it, ND?
We're talking about the publicity of the university and that individual player. I'm not talking. I haven't brought. They haven't even talked to Deion. Deion ain't saying a word.
Skip, look at the timing. The draft is in 3 days.
That's
and you think him getting his jersey retired is gonna change his draft status?
Okay, watch this.
It's got his name in the media.
Watch this. Wait a minute, Kev. Shador's name gonna be in the media. It is what it is. That ain't no issue. Travis Hunter, yes. Travis Hunter, no problem. Heisman Trophy, two-sport athlete, All-American. I have no problem with that. But if that's the case, Jackson State gonna retire his jersey down there too? I'm just asking.
It's amazing how anything that somebody does that we don't agree with, we will make all of the comparisons in the world of why they shouldn't have did it.
Oh my goodness.
The first person to do something, regardless of what it is, whether it's dunk a basketball, make a half-court shot, he shouldn't have took that shot. It was a bad shot, but he made it. You get what I'm saying? So just because we don't agree with it, don't mean we should bash it.
That right.
I didn't bash it.
Now I agree with that totally.
I'm not
You sit there and said it was a publicity stunt.
That's what I'm looking at it as. Well, watch this.
Don't agree with
watch this. When jerseys get retired, and you know this, watch this. Since you want to bring up Georgia, Stetson Bennett is going to get a damn statue in Athens. Do we all agree?
Yeah. I don't.
Why not?
I'm not a Georgia. I don't know. I can't.
This ain't got nothing to do with a fan. Just being real.
I don't know his stats to say that. So
I can't agree. He got two
national championships.
Yeah.
Okay, let me say this again real slow for the people in the back. I don't know enough about him to say whether he should get it retired or not because he wasn't the only person that won 2.
I mean, Tim Tebow won 2 and his jersey retired.
Move on. I'm done. He got not retired. I said statue.
How can I say he deserves one? Did
Watch
I don't follow him enough to?
Tim Tebow got a statue in Florida. He won a Heisman Trophy and he won two national championships, which one he was a backup. Cam Newton got a statue down there for 1 year of football in Auburn. I said Stetson Bennett got 2 of them things back to back. I didn't say jersey retired. I say statue. You say you don't know his stats, but you know he got 2 of them things. And he was a starting quarterback on the team. He would run up to the Heisman.
Okay. Did he win any individual quarterback trophies?
No.
Okay. So he shouldn't have a statue either.
He shouldn't have a statue.
No. He won. So you're telling me Stetson Bennett won those Heisman, not the other players on the team, not that all-world defense y'all had.
I said they usually, they give it to the quarterback. You know that.
I asked you a question. I asked you a straight question. You telling me it was Stetson Bennett the reason they won, or was it that defense the reason they won?
Obviously, it must be Stetson Bennett because we had a defense. We ain't winning nothing this year with Carson Beck, and they said he was better.
See, this is what I'm talking about, the comparison, Abe. This is why I said you can't bring Miami into it. You don't bring this year's team in it when I'm talking about the team that won 2 national championships.
I just asked you a question. You said no.
The year y'all won the 2 national championships, who had the best defense in the country both years?
Yeah.
Who had the best defense in the country both years y'all won the national championship? So don't tell me about what you did this year. It don't matter.
Georgia.
Exactly. So don't tell me about this year's defense. You compare them and it don't compare.
I just asked you about Stetson Bennett. You said you didn't know his stats.
And I just say, see, this is where the argument can never go right because you're bringing in a team that don't compare.
But I said a player. I didn't bring up no team.
You're right, dog. I think Shedeur should get a statue and a building name behind him.
No.
And a lunchroom dinner name behind him at Colorado. How about that? Now hate on that too.
I'm not hating.
You got to be D. You just said they use it as a publicity stunt.
That's not hate if I don't agree.
But you called it a publicity stunt, dog.
It is publicity. Watch this. Let me tell you why it's a publicity stunt. If I can come in your house right now and you got a 5-star athlete and I say, listen here, you come to Colorado, sir, I can get your jersey retired. I can do this. I'm showing you what I'm doing for the players to get the recruit. That's why I say publicity. You're bringing up publicity. If I know I can sell you on this, I can bring players in.
I don't know a player in the country, including you, me, and Abe, and this man right below me, that will go to a university just because they say they can get their jersey retired.
Believe me, they use it, sir.
Come on, man. Out of all the stuff they use, they're giving away money now. You think that's going to be a selling point, retire the jersey?
They will do that. You have some that didn't ask, can we unretire jersey so a player can use it?
Look what Bo said. Stetson Bennett done surpassed Herschel.
He has.
Because you got 2 national championships?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey man, so here's just a funny little history fact to bring us back here. Yo, yep. Abe, did you know that Mike Leach had to be talked out of designing a play in which he would basically throw a little person over the line of scrimmage?
I'm done.
I saw that.
Mike Leach was designing a play where they would hike the ball and somebody would throw a little guy that's in the backfield over the line of scrimmage.
It ain't against the rules.
I saw that and I really just from a coaching perspective, with all of the media attention that's getting, you're gonna be ready for that type of play whenever he ready to try to do it.
Now because it's
I
out
don't
there.
now I don't know if it'll be as effective as the tush push, or as automatic as, or should I say, but it's kind of corny to me. I'm all about just doing
It's
stuff.
regular football, straight up football.
Yeah, because that right there, just that kind of takes away from it to me.
From the game.
I kind of wanna not put my opinion on the situation like this what it should be. I'm just saying it from my
appearance of the game. I got you.
Mike Leach is a great coach, been coaching college football very long time, but this right here just kind of pointed to me. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not
Hey,
on
wait,
board
could
with
you
it.
imagine? Could you imagine? Deuce Vaughn, it's 4th and 1, right? It's 4th and 1.
You're crazy.
We bring in Micah Parsons to just launch Deuce Vaughn over the
You
offensive
crazy.
line.
You crazy, kid.
And nobody would know what to do. It'd be like the new tush push. You know what I mean?
But they institute a rule immediately behind that.
Yeah, I don't think that.
Oh shit!
Cannon short backer.
I just wanted to use that to bring us back here, but I got a little guessing game for y'all here. All right, and I don't know if you'll be able to get all 10 teams, but there are 10 teams that have never had a losing season in the CFP era.
We did this, I thought.
We did it all.
No, that was 5 that have never had under 9 wins.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. All right.
10 teams that have never had a loser in the college football playoff era. So from 2000, what's that, 3, 4?
Since 2014.
2014.
Oh,
okay.
2014.
Ohio State.
Georgia. Yep.
Bama.
Yep.
Clemson.
Yep. Gets tough now.
It would have been Florida State until this year.
What you say? Losing season?
Michigan.
They never had a losing season.
Yeah, Michigan won.
Michigan.
What'd you
Oregon.
say? No, Michigan's not one. Oregon's not one.
South Carolina might be one.
Nope.
No.
We had a 3 and nope.
Hold on, Miami is one of them.
Let me make it a little bit easier. Let me make it a little bit easier. The next 6, 2 of them are still like big time Power 5. The other 4 are smaller schools that y'all probably won't guess.
Yeah, so if it's smaller schools, it shouldn't matter because they probably will never win the CFP anyway. Right? So is Miami one of them?
No.
Of course not.
Oh.
All right. I'm gonna give you the 6.
Of course not.
State.
Who?
Okay.
Boise State.
The Iowa Hawkeyes.
Penn State.
Iowa State. Where did Caitlin Clark play? Was it Iowa or Iowa State?
Iowa.
Yeah. Iowa State's the Cyclones. All right, so Iowa, that's another one.
What about Penn State?
Nope, Penn State's not on here. The next, the last 4 are all kind of smaller. Memphis.
Okay.
Liberty.
Mm-hmm.
Toledo. And James Madison.
James Madison.
Basketball schools. That's what they are. They play D2 schedules, don't they?
Hey man, it's still one thing that to not have a losing season. You know what I mean? Like we accredit Mike Tomlin to that. That's one of the biggest things he gets credited for.
Yeah, but he's doing it in the best league in the world, though.
Breaking news. The brother of the Tennessee quarterback that went to UCLA just left Arkansas. His first name is Madden. He just left Arkansas to go to UCLA with his brother. Breaking news.
Fucking what?
Breaking news.
Money.
You gonna go ride the bench behind your brother?
His brother ain't gonna ride the bench. They're gonna put him under.
So Nico and his brother Madden This guy just went in the transfer portal this morning. He's already signed with UCLA. We're gonna get into this transfer portal stuff, but go ahead.
Now, do we know anything about any type of NIL deal that Madden had? Because
it's not. I saw something that said he got one and it wasn't $4 million yet. They said it was like 2.5 or something.
They say buy one get one free.
I mean, so Nico's deal at Tennessee was $2.4 million a year. He left, got a new deal where after all of the taxes, I believe his new deal was somewhere about 1.4.
Yep.
But after all the taxes in California, he's only going to bring home about $900,000. So is this a point of maybe sometimes it's better to just keep your mouth shut?
This is a learning situation. And this is a beware to all the rest of the athletes coming out next year and the years after. Is when you decide to go somewhere and they decide to pay you, be patient. Because he was good enough to where he would be getting
Look at it. Now go ahead, Skip. Go ahead, Skip. Go ahead. Continue.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
Because he was good enough to where midway through the season, I think his NIL would have jumped through the roof because based on what he did last year and what he would have been doing this year.
Is that Vandy quarterback?
No, that's UCLA's quarterback that's now transferring to Tennessee. Oh. Look at that there.
Hey, he going where he know he gonna play at. And he going to a not a powerhouse, but a power school.
Definitely. So he's transferring
as much as we hate on Tennessee, I would consider Tennessee one of the power schools in college football.
So this young man, Joey Aguilera, is leaving. He's been to Akron. What's that? Akron? Not Akron. Yeah, Akron. And then he's going to UCLA. Now it's Tennessee from what it looked like.
Abe, I saw you shake your head. The only reason I made that comment is because Tennessee is one of those teams you never know which one you're going to get. They can come out and wreck your season. Or they're going to fall apart. You know, every year's Tennessee's year. You know what I mean?
No, every year South Carolina Gamecocks year.
Ain't nobody ever said but you. Nobody ever said that but you. All right, let's get into this, man. We talked about it last week, but Skip, what are we? You said it's a learning experience. Are we seeing a trend in college football now to where as soon as you get unhappy, or as soon as your job is threatened, we just hop in the portal?
I don't see that. That's the thing. Yes, we are. That's exactly what we're seeing. In the sense of entitlement now. If they're paying me 2.5 and I did all this year, plus I beat, Alabama and brought this little, I guess, big increased the following, so to speak. Well, I can go somewhere else and get more money. Y'all need to give, like you're going to blackmail them when if they take your scholarship, their NIL go with it. So the schools have some leverage, but again, when you're a star like the young man was, he felt like he could just go jump in the portal and everybody be fighting over him. And he's found out they're not. And the reason I say it was a learning situation is because these kids now, regardless of how good they are coming out, are going to use that to say, you know what? I'm going to have to stick it out. I'm going to have to make the best of it because, yeah, this money is life-changing, but I can't afford to be the person that don't get picked up or get less money or lose money or potentially hurt myself to the people that's going to pay me a lot more in 3 to 4 years. So this could be one of those learning situations of that.
Now, I got a question for you, for everybody. Do you think? Remember, I asked about a cap last week. Remember when I mentioned that they should put a cap?
Yeah.
Do you think it should be a criteria on the position of the player if they put a cap on the position of the player? I'm talking about the university. So we say we got a cap on the quarterback position, we got a cap on the running back position, and so forth. That way you can minimize some of this stuff. Far as if you're All-American, two-time.
This is what we pay to come play at this school. You want to come here? This is what we pay.
No, I'm saying what I'm saying across the board.
It should be a salary cap for everybody at the same
Yeah,
time.
you capped everybody in Power 5, where you say, you know, the most you can get at the quarterback position, let's say $5 million coming from the school. I ain't talking about your other interests outside.
Yeah.
Now, like you said, this kid wasn't showing up to signings. He wasn't doing some of the things that was part of his NIL deal. That's why I'm asking if you Skip, you University of Miami, we Georgia, Kev, South Carolina. If we fighting over one player, that means I could come to your team at any given time and say I can pay you $3 million. What Skip is paying you $2 million. You see what I'm saying? The leverage what Skip has is that Florida doesn't have state tax. So
Yeah.
that's the leverage. When you see some of this moving going around, pay attention, ladies and gentlemen, to some of this moving. You're like, well, why he going to South Carolina? You got a kid where Aaron Nolan left Ohio State and came to South Carolina. You got people moving from Georgia going to these different places. So when you look at it, that's why I asked, in y'all opinion, what do you think about a cap on some of this stuff? Because you shouldn't be coming in off the street, high school All-American. Now, you the number one running back in the nation, Abe. I'm finna give you $3-4 million off the rip.
Yes. Michigan did it to the quarterback.
That's it. We know that's the quarterback. They gave him more than that, but I'm saying across the board now, what you think? Because we having a free fall every year. Go ahead.
And that's the way it should be. It's just like free agency. Now schools like back when Nick Saban was doing it, it was just about the seniority or the pride of the school. You know, Alabama is a place where you want to go because I put 10 to 15 in the NFL every year. Plus, you can come here and get notoriety, and somebody's going to pick you up. You can walk onto a team or whatever. Now it's about where can I go to get the most money? Where can I go to get paid for what I think I'm worth? And when a school wants you, like Michigan wanted that quarterback, they'll say, hey, man, we'll give you this. Now, we don't know the stipulations behind it, but I don't think you'll mess up the parity that's starting to happen across the league if you do that.
But but Skip, do you think there should be some type of, with NFL free agency, you can't, if I'm under contract for the Falcons and you're trying to get me to come to Tennessee, you can't do it until I'm not under contract.
Right. Tampa.
Until I am a free agent. If this past year, Lenore Sellers for South Carolina, he's making $2 million. As soon as the season ended, Kentucky hit him up and said, hey, we'll pay you $3 million. In my opinion, he's already under contract with South Carolina. Unless he has entered the transfer portal, you shouldn't be able to.
Right, it should be tempered. Deion called Virginia out for that because Virginia took one of his players and they actually contacted another one here in the last week or so, and he called him out on YouTube or whatever it was I saw it on. He said, Virginia, what y'all doing? Y'all got one player and I ain't say nothing. I mean, you're tampering, and he called the kid's name, and the kid said, yeah, UVA offered me, blah, 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 blah. So a lot of times it's going to come down to who you want to play for, what kind of system it is, what the school has done in the past, plus the money. It's not – some people I know I ain't going to the league, so they're going to try to milk it for what it's worth. But putting the cap on it, you'll kill the parity, in my opinion.
Go ahead, Abe.
Well, from my understanding, I may be wrong, but this coming year, I think it's gonna start being a cap on universities where I think the football team receives 75% of the NIL. I may be wrong on that. I was having a conversation with one of my homeboys, but the portal is what it is, man. What it is just different doors that opened up in the portal. Like you can play the following year or this whatever. So you know, it's just been a lot more advantages added to the portal. You know, years back you could transfer, but you were down there have to sit out that whole next year before you can play. You feel what I'm saying? Now you going right there the next year. You can practice and you're gonna be ready to play. But just the aspect of the money. You know, I was talking to a parent last week. Has a player at Georgia, and he was just speaking on the NIL aspect of it, and because he originally committed to Florida State, And why did he commit to Florida State? Because they were dropping a bigger bag. But in his heart, that kid wanted to play for Georgia. You know, so he originally committed to Florida State and ended up flipping. And his dad was just telling him, like, you know, even before he broke the news that he was gonna go, like 2-3 weeks before that, he was just like, Dad, I'm just gonna come out with it. I'm tired of holding it back or whatever. And you know, he just really wanted to go to Georgia, just not only because of the prestige, but just because he loved the sport of football. He just want to play. You know, so you do have those out there, and like Skip said, you do have some that figure they may not go as far as, you know, the 1% or whatever it is that go to the league, and try to get whatever they can get at that time, especially try to take care of themselves and their family. So it'd be different situations, man. Just and I think kids going to definitely loving the sport of football, but also the back of their mind, like, you know, I'm gonna be thinking about this cash because it's a subject to be talked about now, with whatever university you want to go to. You see what I'm saying? So
Right.
the portal gonna be what it is, man, for the next however many years. It has its advantage, a lot of advantages for these kids who out there laying it on the line, and another example, a kid I coached was at North Carolina, was just played his freshman year, didn't really get too much burn, but Belichick came in. You know, it was a new set of rules, new coaches, new everything. And I ain't saying that kid might have didn't fit or whatever. Maybe they were trying to move it to receiver, whatever the case may be, because I don't really know for sure. But he hit the portal. You feel what I'm saying? So, I knew for sure when he committed to Carolina last year, you know, he was vested in, but that was Matt Brown who recruited him and got him to come now, and now Matt Brown gone. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So it just be different situations that make you hit that portal, whether it be playing time, whether it be coaching, whether it be better situation for you and your family. You know, it just be a lot of points that come into the decision of in the portal. You know, another kid played with the Atlanta Ducks coach Brandon Moore and his team for years. It was an undefeated team. He went to Auburn as a safety, and he just flipped. He just hit the portal yesterday and committed to Colorado. He was probably
Yes.
number one safety in the portal. You feel what I'm saying? Kid played with Langston Hughes. Went out of Auburn on scholarship. I think he was there 2 years, and I'm not sure how many years he got with Prime and whether he redshirted or not. So it definitely has its advantages, especially for the kids, and disadvantages, especially if you mishandle your situation like Nico Cyrus did, because he ain't did nothing warrant all that stuff anyway. You know what I'm saying? So I want them boys, I want these kids to be able to have that portal to you know make whatever they situation better however they can. So I'm just glad to see it like that. You feel what I'm saying? And you're gonna have your Nikos and you're gonna have a lot of them, the masses that kind of handle it differently. So, you know, it just is what it is with the portal.
Skip,
So-
last point, we got to move on.
Okay, a couple of good things about the portal that I'm so happy it happened as quickly as it did. You can have a coach like Mac Brown, for instance, reputation of sending kids to the league. He comes to your house, sit down with your mama, make you all these promises, and then University of Georgia offer him $20 million and he leave. He can go coach next year. Back then, like you said, you had to sit out. Or if you get hurt or whatever, they can do you like your boy in Florida did, Cam. You can't go to a D1 school. You can't go to nobody in Florida. You got to go to D2. So the portal took all that away, which I'm glad. If a coach can do it, why can't the kids can't do it? You get what I'm saying? So that's one thing that I think is excellent for these children. Get out there and get it and show and prove who you are. You're going to get to the next level. which a lot of them are. So I'm proud of that part of the portal and the fact now that they make money. So yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
All the way across the board, everybody, I agree with it. What everybody's saying. A question was posed, and I know Kev talked about it in the spring game. I'm just disturbed by a lot of spring games going on these past 2 weeks, and I guess these kids are finding out they depth on the team because we know and all of us know in spring camp the depth chart is kind of set going into the season. Am I right or wrong? So you kind of know it's like what you're doing because you got to work extra hard because ain't too many more practices for you get on that field. Barring injury, playbook or somebody grades or somebody getting in trouble. And I'm like, do you think they need to because they open up a portal again? So all these kids are jumping in the portal. KFC, here's a 5-star lineman that's jumped in the portal. Lenore's, like he just spoke on Lenore's. Lenore's got what you said, Kev, outplayed by Al Nolan in a spring game. You see
No, he didn't get outplayed. I was saying he was battling that Cutter Wood kid for backup QB. He ain't outplayed Lenore. That's what he said. Heisman, baby. He ain't outplayed no Lenore's. God damn it, you better watch your mouth here.
Well, you heard me straighten that. No, that ain't what I said.
Calm down.
I said he was coming there to battle for backup.
So, he is. But at the end of the day, with these kids in spring camp, and now you see Georgia signed a bunch of guys today, and across the board. So I'm just wondering how these guys come in. Are they immediately impact players, or they sprinkle them in? You know, that's something we got to start looking at because this is our second year in far as transfer portal, NIL money, and stuff like that. So it's just interesting what we see and what we got going on now.
It's ironic you said that. I got you. It's ironic. Go ahead and I think the transfer portal should open at certain times. It shouldn't stay open. I think it should open and close.
It does. They got certain days, I think.
Okay.
Certain time frame.
All right. D, I know you can't hear the music.
No.
But it was the NFL on Fox theme. Hey, man, the draft is Thursday. Fellas, I'm going to give you the top 5, and then we're going to go into our teams. You follow? You feel me? All right. Round 1, pick one. As of right now, we'll go to the Tennessee Titans. Who do they need?
Oh, I said they're not coming out of the number 1 spot. No, ain't no way. Ain't nobody gonna trade them nothing to get them out that spot.
So I say we got Cam Ward going first, in my opinion. From there we have the Browns, New York, Patriots, and Jaguars. The only team I see has skipped that might be doing some moving around might be the Giants moving up, Cleveland moving down out that spot. That's just my opinion.
The Giants picking 4th, right?
The Giants are picking 3rd.
So why would they move up?
But because you got to think. Just follow me here. You got teams like the Saints, you got the Jets, and you got the Raiders. We'll be trying to move up, in my opinion, to get in that top 2, top 3 area. If you follow me in that, by need.
Yeah, but why would they move up 1 spot to draft who? We already know who the top 2 are going to be. Travis.
No, we don't know what Cleveland gonna do.
No, if they don't trade it, they're gonna get Travis Hunter.
Cleveland.
Yes.
Okay.
That's just common sense. That's the best player in the draft. Period, in my opinion. But teams' needs come in play.
So you got Cam going first. Travis Hunter.
They need a quarterback.
Travis Hunter going second. Who you got? New York Giants.
I want them to get Shadur, but I think they're gonna get Genty.
Gentry going to New York at 3.
Okay, I'm gonna say it real slow.
No,
I want them to get Shador, but I think they're gonna get Gentry.
No, I'm agreeing with you.
Okay.
I'm just calling out. We got your Patriots at number 4.
They need a quarterback too, in my opinion, but I don't know what they need. I mean, I don't know what their pressing need is. The Patriots.
They need receiver. They need something on the offensive side of the ball.
Well, linemen are always prime, so they could go.
Okay,
They can go with a lineman.
You can go with a lineman. Okay, then we got Jacksonville. This is a toss-up. Jacksonville has their quarterback in play. They go defense or offense. Let's do it like that, defense or offense, so we can break.
They should go offense.
Okay.
They lost their playmakers.
That's our top 5 for you. Go ahead, A.
Read them off again, Kev.
Tennessee's going first. The Titans.
Cam, obviously, Cam.
Cleveland Browns.
Abdul Carter.
New York Giants.
Shador Sanders.
Patriots.
Travis Hunter.
Jags.
Maybe that old lineman from LSU, or I love the kid who they just got from LSU, the receiver. I think they lost Evan Ingram too.
Yeah.
Jacksonville, they're gonna go offense. They got some good young players on defense. They just paid that in, and they paid a Luacon from the Falcons. And they got a couple other more good players on defense. But Jacksonville will go offense.
You think Travis Shador gonna go in front of Travis?
Yes, I think New York.
I don't think Cleveland gonna go defense if they stay in that position. But I got you. I understand. Woo.
D, give me your top 5.
I got Cam going first. I got a strange feeling that Cleveland is going to trade back in the draft. Probably drop down to maybe 4 or 5. I go with that pick of Dude Carter. I just don't see him going second. And I agree with you. If he's there, New York will pick Shador. He'll pick Shador. And I do see the Patriots going to get Travis Hunter. If the Patriots don't get Travis Hunter, the only team on this board, Skip, that will probably allow him to go both ways because they need ticket sales and they need an impact player is the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah. I can see that, but I just don't think he's coming up the top 2. I don't. Because you think about even who he is, they could trade him and get a first round pick and a second round pick in this year's draft.
So, but we still, like you said, the Jaguars need offensive line help. They do, but they do need an impact player going along with them. The catches, that's just our top 5. What you got, Ken?
I agree with Cam to Tennessee. I'm like UD. I'm trying to figure out Cleveland, but I think if they go defensive side of the ball, I think they're going to get the kid out of Michigan. I know Abdul Carter is the number 1 defensive lineman coming out, but I think just what we know with Cleveland, I think they're going to get this Mason Graham kid. All right, hang on, let me get back here. Here we go. All right, New York definitely getting Shador. I really agree with the Travis Hunter at New England. I don't know, man. I think the Jags definitely need a wide receiver. So they need another big playmaker on the offensive side of the ball.
So
I don't know. Go ahead, D.
So in your top 5, we just using these top 5. We're not gonna move nobody up and down. The 2 teams I see moving around, if we just stay with these top, is Cleveland and the Jags.
Yeah, I can see the Jags trying to come up.
You follow me? Depending. You got this, Skip. I just want to think of the demographic, the splash. They are a dismal franchise in Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm.
You already have your quarterback, arguably hasn't done nothing really, but have a name.
Okay, yet to be seen. I think he's the next Peyton Manning. I do.
And you
what, 8 years?
you need an impact player on that team.
My thing is this: if Jacksonville moves up, they will be moving up to get Travis Hunter.
Okay.
There's no other reason for them to move up. They're in prime position to get who they want.
Okay.
So that to me wouldn't warrant them giving up the 5th pick and something else just for this one player when they need multiple players. You get what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So I don't think them now. The Patriots trading. You said you thought they were going to trade up. No, they're 4, right?
Yeah, I said Cleveland trading down out the 2nd pick.
Right, but if they trade to the Patriots again, the only reason I would trade from 4 to 2 or 5 to 2 is for Travis Hunter, because he's a game changer. He's going to be a generational player. When you're in the top 5 like that, there's a bunch of great players right there waiting. Abdul Carter being one, Genty being another one. So, and then the offensive lineman and the defensive lineman. So, I don't those 5. I don't think swapping spots won't do nothing for them, but cost them draft capital.
Okay,
if that makes sense.
Yeah, I got you.
Well, Skip, do me a favor. Who are the 49ers taking in their 11 spot? Y'all go right before the Cowboys.
I think we're gonna get one of them ends out of Georgia. We need a defensive. We need another defensive end to go with Joey. If not, there's no receiver that I think we should take in the first round. We're gonna need a receiver. Somebody to come in and hopefully not do what Debo did, because we knew what Debo was when we drafted him. How he fell to us, at that time was crazy. But we just need one that's gonna be sneaky good. But we're also gonna need our offensive line is getting long in the tooth, so we're gonna need an O lineman somewhere, because our greatest lineman of all time is 36 years old. Williams. So I say we're gonna get a defensive end. What's the other defensive end in Georgia?
You got Mikael Williams. And the other guy.
I think it's Mikael Williams, because I know they're gonna fall to 11. I think we're gonna go for him. I saw it in a mock draft somewhere, and I was like, damn, that does make sense. To get one that's proven. And Georgia defensive ends are proven. They do it year in and year out. So, in my opinion, they should go with a defensive end. If he's not there, then go with an O lineman. It's got to be on the defensive line or the offensive line in the first round. Got to be.
Okay.
Hey, Falcons go with 15. Who you got going first? Who do y'all pick?
Can't say I want a Georgia player. Listen here, man. I want a college player. I don't care where he comes from.
I would like pass rush. Would it be Mikael? Would it be bad attitude dude from Tennessee? You probably don't even got to get him first. But Texas A&M kid, the Marshall kid, you got a couple of pass rushers out there who are allegedly gonna be good pros. Other than pass rush, I like Jalen Walker at LB. You can go sideline to sideline. And I like Will Johnson at corner, and I like Malachi Starks at safety. So pass rush, Jalen Walker, or some kind of impact. We need something at our level. So I got to the point where I'm not gonna especially with a Georgia player, I'm not gonna just put out my edge that he gonna be trash or he not, because you got to see if Raheem and the gang can do some developing. So whatever it is, it better be on defense for sure.
Y'all don't need a backside tackle?
Now,
yes, we do, but we ain't gonna get that first one.
As a matter of fact, I'm sorry, D. No, we don't need a backside tackle.
Oh, front side now, because he's left-handed.
Yeah, Jay Matthews is liable the front side now that we got a lefty. So that's
left-handed. That's why I was saying backside. I forgot he was left-handed. Okay.
I know we will be back on after the draft. Do you think your high price backup will be moved during the draft or after the draft?
They were talking Cleveland, but I don't think Cleveland want him.
Hell no.
I think what we're gonna do is, man, we just gonna take our ball and go home. We're gonna leave it and make your little money, and you're not gonna play unless Penis get hurt. And if
Let's
somebody
not go want that to happen.
if somebody come with a good trade, then we'll trade you. But other than that, you're gonna get your money and sit your ass right here over here with your helmet on looking crazy.
Ain't no good trade. Ain't no good trade for him. Ain't no good trade. Ain't nobody go
get his ass over down.
There you go. You eat that salary up. That's what you gonna do.
Go ahead.
Well, D, as you know, the Philadelphia Eagles will have the 32nd pick in the first
Whoever
round.
left, that's what they get. What about you? You ain't saying about them cowgirls.
I'm going last because we the champs. Go ahead, Cowboy.
Here he goes. All right. Well,
he rolled his eyes.
Everybody said we wanted Genty and blah blah blah. Genty ain't gonna be there.
No.
I truly believe, and I didn't think about this a second ago, I could see the Jags getting Genty. They no longer have their playmaking running back. I can also see the Jets picking up Ashton Genty. But all the reports keep saying we're going to get a wide receiver. My heart says we need another. One thing as a Cowboys fan I've known my entire life was a dog at the linebacker position. Sean Lee, Jalen Smith, Leighton Vander Esch, dogs. I truly believe we should go get Nick Emanwari out of South Carolina. That could just be my bias showing.
That's what it is.
I mean, look, D. 2 years ago when we got the hell beat out of us by Green Bay in the playoffs, that entire season, what did you say? Y'all don't have real linebackers.
That's true. You
don't have real linebackers. What happened that year? We got rid of Jalen Smith, and Leighton Vander Esch got another neck injury, and his career was ended. We ain't had linebackers. We ain't had our linebackers. Our defense has been soft over the middle.
And you think the boy South Carolina gonna fill that bowl?
Absolutely. He's going
at number 11. At number 11.
Okay. Hey, we never know because they can blossom when they get to the league now.
Who y'all gonna replace, Jerry? Look, they can ask me to come in there and run it. I can't. I'll go run the damn Cowboys.
I can replace Jerry.
It's gonna look. The Cowboys are gonna be in the Jones family until the end of time.
From now on,
sure.
As much money as they worth, ain't no work. Only way they get sold, they'll mess around and say the N-words or what they were supposed to.
They go Dan Snyder them. Exactly. That's what it'll be. But all right. I can't even. I'm gonna Tenoria McMillan. Tatoria. Anybody heard that name?
Smart ass dog got the camera.
He won't leave me alone, man. I'm trying to talk, and he want to see who y'all is. Say hello.
Either way, a kid out of Arizona. He's a wide receiver, number one wide receiver coming out of the draft. I've also been saying, besides the running back, we need another big playmaker besides CeeDee Lamb. So I wouldn't be necessarily upset with a wide receiver in round one. However, we don't have problems throwing the ball. We can't run. We can't run to save our freaking lives, okay? We can't make a damn second and inches.
Well, part of the running is the line.
Agreed.
So let's not just put all our stock in a running back when they're not blocking, because number 4 can't stand back there either because he's getting people in his face. So let's address the elephant in the room. You need a line first, which is what y'all were always known for.
Is that Martin retired?
Yes. We've lost Tyron Smith, Zach Martin, Doug Free, Travis Frederick, and there's one other. No, that was that Power 5 great starting offensive line that Skip just said that the Cowboys have been known for recently. I know we haven't won during the Super Bowl eras and whatnot, but the line we've had
Right.
Yeah.
Y'all always had a line that you didn't have to worry about, but common sense should have been like, we got to start replacing these guys. They're getting old. It's time for them to go. It's time for us to pay them.
And Skip, we've been doing this show now, what, 3 years, 4 years ago or something?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah, because we did it 2 years before a year before you got on here.
Okay, so if we think about it with our respective teams, all of us had a 5-year window of what we say what our team was gonna be. We are almost at that 5-year clip. And that's why I'm saying this draft is very important and I'm no shade, pun intended, for the 49ers and the Cowboys. This is a very important draft, being of that 5-year window. Y'all got Purdy up for a contract. Now we got Kev down here. The only person they got to worry about is what Michael Parsons is gonna do. You see what you know in that thing. Go ahead.
But I think what's going on with the 49ers is bigger than the draft.
Okay.
We got players hauling ass, wanting to go. There's something going on internally. And you know what that internal is? John Lynch. They're getting away from him. Debo shouldn't have wanted to go nowhere. He under contract. Number one, he would have been upset and playing football for me. You traded him, you gave him away. But then you got my other wide receiver
Brandon Ayuk.
I want to leave too, or I don't know how true it is, but it's something going on internally there that it don't matter if we go get Travis Hunter, Shedeur, and whoever else. It's a lot of stuff going on that we're not privy to just yet, and it's going to come out. And I guarantee you, John Lynch going to be the linchpin on it.
Okay. Well, we picking very last in the draft, but as we do all the time, I'm going
to use the words of Georgia and pick up out the kiddie pool.
Pretty much. I want Malachi Starks to get picked so we can keep the tradition going, getting the Georgia Bulldog. If not, we got fire. We keep firepower in the chamber to move around in the draft with the best GM in the business, Howard Roseman. So that's who I want. That's who I want us to pick if we stay served. If we do move up, is to get Malachi Starks. That's all I see, and we'll have the whole Georgia defense. That's what I want. Or another defensive end, because we lost Brandon Graham. He retired. Sweat left in free agency. And if to keep building the team, to keeping these kids on a rookie contract, by the time it's time for them to re-up, we got another one in the chamber ready to go. That's how I look at it. What is that?
It ain't here.
Kev, what are you doing? Oh, okay. So yeah, that's what I see. We will get to see, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't watched the draft, if you know anything about the draft, sit down and see these kids and their families get turned into millionaires in less than 30 minutes. And see like we said, the entourage around them, the hangers on and the agents and how all the parity goes and how they dissect these kids before they get ready to get drafted. What is that?
Bro, y'all can't be hearing my fan. It's been going the entire show.
That's what we hearing. It is loud. It sounds like a car. It sounds like a car going down the street.
Like somebody's
going the whole time and y'all ain't heard it.
Somebody whispering in your ear. That's what it sounds like.
But listen, the Boston Celtics player, Jaylen Brown, is that his name? He had an interview on TikTok, I believe it was, where he was talking about how he went into the draft without an agent and how a lot of these kids need to do their research. These agents come to you before the draft and say, hey, man, we're going to move you out to California, get you a house, give you a couple $100,000 to go buy you a car, and we want you to sign with us. And a lot of times the agents won't ask for that money back. They just want 4%. And he said that 4% will be damn near double the money that they gave you, when pretty much all they're doing is putting you on a rookie contract anyway. So what good is an agent outside of, hey, man, I want to give him a couple extra dollars? When you work on yourself those first 3 years in that rookie contract, you determine that. And I think he needs to give a master class on that, because a lot of these agents now are just leeches. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't I mean, people like Shadua, whose father's there, they're not going to let him go somebody crazy. A lot of these kids that are second and third generation players and whatnot, I think they got a good handle on it. But what about the Travis? Well, Travis got Deion. So what about these kids that's going to get a bunch of money thrown at them real quick and, going to have to pay it all out and not understand the taxes and everything that come with it? So, yeah, I think that needs to be something we could talk about.
Absolutely. We will set that up for the future.
The value of an agent or not.
All right. Well, fellas, we don't have too much time left on the show here tonight, but we do have one more topic to get to, and that is the NBA playoffs. Da-da-da-da-da-da. I don't have a theme song for that one. But, man, we actually have a game going on right now. The Knicks and the Pistons are going at it. The Knicks lead that series 1-0. Comments?
You have an interesting series here because Detroit has turned back in the bad boy 2.0 up there. The coach has them playing very physical or whatever, but I think the playoff spins right now they up by 9 from what I see here. This might be Abe, Skip. This might go 6 games. I don't know, from what I see, depending on how much physical play that the Pistons are doing. I seen them playing. They were knocking Brunson around and doing a lot of stuff. Go ahead.
With this NBA, that physical stuff is gonna go out the window. They're gonna start ticking them. They're gonna start calling fouls, ticky-tack fouls, and everything. As soon as you knock somebody out there the wrong way, the whistle's gonna start blowing and they ain't gonna stop. What's the big dude name that's wanting to fight everybody? Ain't he on Detroit?
Yeah.
He is gonna get suspended out of the playoffs. I promise you. Yeah, his attitude, you got a game because you're in the NBA. I don't profess to be nowhere close to ever being there, but I did play semi-pro basketball years back. And I don't understand the politics of it, but what he's doing, all that jumping in people's face, always hitting people, throwing elbows or whatnot, he going to get a Dennis Rodman type suspension here. Not what the playoffs are now, but next year I think he's going to get suspended out of the league. His attitude is all wrong for the NBA, this NBA.
What you got, Abe?
Well, just as a whole, man, Kel, are you doing game by game or you just?
Yeah, I'm just gonna run it down game by game.
Oh, okay. Knicks. I like what Detroit has done this season. The Knicks better coach, got better players. I think it's gonna take maybe another year for Cat to really gel with them, but I can see this series going 7 with the Knicks winning in 7.
Okay.
There you go. Okay. All right, taking it back up top to the West, the Thunder and the Grizzlies. OKC is up 1-0 in that series.
Listen, what I witnessed the other day, that piece of trash basketball game that we watched, that was terrible. I've never seen a playoff basketball game get out of hand like that, where they don't even have 50 points and it's the third quarter and the other team got 90. It was like I'm watching video game basketball and they playing on rookie. I've never witnessed this. And you got you got 2 All-Stars on Memphis team and a John Morant and the other kid that plays down low. It's terrible. Is Memphis just fell off everybody, or OKC just that good and better coach?
I think it's the coaching. Because with John Morant, he has reign to do whatever. His shots wasn't falling, and then what's his name? Jaren Jackson?
Yes.
When they were down by 57 points, that boy was still in the game. I'm not understanding that. You had no chance of coming back, and you're a perennial all-star. One of your stars on your team is still in the game, playing as if they can make a comeback. That's coaching all the way across the board. When the game gets that far out of hand, now it's time to see what your other guys can do. When they're putting their second string in, why were your starter, everybody but Ja, was still on the floor? So to me, it was all coaching. Yeah, the Thunder didn't miss no shots, and they was getting steals and all this here, and the momentum kicked in. But boy, when I looked, I was like, that score can't be right. That's what I kept saying. That can't be right. And 57 points in the third quarter. Man, come on. It's the players too, but yeah, that's bad coaching. It's definitely bad coaching.
Right.
Well, for me, man, it's a little bit of both. D, and OKC is that good, and right now Memphis is a joke. They was getting blowed out. They on the sideline laughing and joking, and part of it is coaches. I'm gonna speak up to the aspect what I'm talking about. I think they fired their coach,
Yeah.
and now they have an interim young guy in there, and to which he's instilling no discipline, not just job, but the team. Period. Even one more than one person even on the sideline laughing about this. Because what we going to practice, going to meetings, going to do all this for to do what? To win, try to win the championship, right? To win playoff games. And y'all, and whether we get blowed out by 50 or 2, y'all on the sideline laughing, yet that shows me that y'all not taking this serious. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm gonna give you a perfect example of the whole jaw thing. Remember when AI had Larry Brown? Larry Brown was able to channel that because Larry Brown is an old school disciplinarian. Feel what I'm saying? But he knew how to maneuver with AI and get AI to reach his potential. Now they ran up against Kobe now, and I get that. But it still was Larry Brown that took AI, to that next level. And I feel like God needs that type of coach, that type of disciplinarian to make him not just he's a great athlete, he dunk backwards, double pump, all of that. But he has zero discipline, bro. Zero.
You're right.
And a great player like that lowers his rating by 5 or 6 points when I feel like I can't coach you, or you gonna do what you want to do, or I feel like you gonna get, or I feel like you're gonna take, or whatever. You feel what I'm saying?
Makes
And
sense.
greatest Ja is he got more good bad shit going than good. You feel what I'm saying?
And
So
that's the
so
problem.
so I hope that OKC going to sweep them, because I feel like Ja's on the way out of Memphis. He gonna go to a bigger market.
Yeah.
But just so right now, man, Memphis, y'all a joke, and it shows the decline that they went from for the past couple of years to now. You feel what I'm saying?
I gotta say this, what you just said, and I'm speaking this for wishing. Skip, but this man knows too, because he is too. I'm a sneakerhead. Y'all know this. We all know this. I just seen Jaws' new shoes that's coming out. You know who colors they mirror? The Miami Heat. Remember, I told you this. I said, Skip, what team you think he can go to and make an impact and get him some disciplinary, get somebody under him? Nike can market him. It's South Beach.
Yeah, but Miami shouldn't trade for him.
No, it's
Nope.
gonna be very easy to get him.
Yeah. Okay. I was just going to say, because if they trade for him, they're going to have to give away a big piece of their team to get it.
So just mark that. That's something to look at. But I agree with him. The way they was playing, they gonna sweep them. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Kev.
All right. Nuggets and the Clippers. Denver leads that series.
They got lucky. I think Denver got lucky and won that game. They're showing their age. They're showing. Didn't they fire their coach also?
Yes.
They're showing they're not gelling now. They have their glue is gone. That coach was their glue, in my opinion. He knew when to do this and when to, So they got lucky and won that game. Then they had to go to overtime, right? Yeah, they got lucky and won that. I think they lose the series.
What you got them going? What?
I think that it's 7-game series, right?
Yeah.
I think they might go 6.
6. Okay, you got Clippers taking that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I just don't understand today's NBA. You fire a coach that won an NBA championship a couple of years back with the Denver Nuggets. You got arguably the best player in the world and the Joker on your team. You also fired the GM. And that's because the owner was tired of y'all bickering back and forth about who they wanted to play and this, that, whatever. This is a toss-up. Tyronn Lue is a better coach here, depending on what Kawhi Leonard that we get. I agree with you. The Clippers can beat them. They play better defense and got better play as far as role outside of Joker. Joker gonna get whatever he gonna get.
That's right.
You know this. It's the people surrounding him, and I don't believe the guy that's the interim coach. No, I don't see him. Tyronn Lue can run circles around him once this series gets into gear. And if you go into overtime with a multiple MVP like that, that means you got a shot. And I mean, with the MVP being on the opposite team, you got a shot to steal this series for them. Go ahead, Nate.
I'm gonna go Clippers in 7.
Easy enough. Lakers and the Timberwolves. Minnesota leads by 1.
Yeah,
Hey, man, let me go right here. Let me go. Hey, listen. I love Bron, but that game right there, and I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. Luka didn't have no help. Now, what I want Bron to do is, for me, now I ain't just saying this is what he's doing, but are you picking and choosing when you want to turn up and play how you need to play, or are you not? I don't really know. But Minnesota, especially the Ant-Man, he hungry. He hungry to beat him. And Luka put them out of the playoffs last year. So he has an agenda, and he ain't scared. He ain't scared at all. You know, and whoever guard him, because Luka can't guard him. Luka don't play no defense. So what they might do is let LeBron guard him. And I don't know if that's the best idea either. They got some other good wings, but just the way Minnesota was whooping their ass the other night just kind of turned me off about how I thought that they would play. How I thought they would play. You know, they had a great record since Luka got there, and that was a game in LA. You feel what I'm saying? Minnesota was almost a play-in team, you know, and they go up there and steal that game, and not just steal, they beat them convincingly. So I want to see some different energy from not just Lakers, period, because I know we say Lakers 5, but if they playing like that, they need to win the game before they go to Minnesota, because Minnesota crowd gonna be jumping. Minnesota role players gonna play better in Minnesota. So despite what I saw Luka do last year and all that, and might I add, Dallas had a lot of good long wings who played defense, shot threes, and the Lakers don't have that. You feel what I'm saying? Now they do got Bron, but in order for the Lakers to win this series, Luka and Bron gonna have to have like at least 60 points
between the two of them
for them to win.
That's a good call.
A game.
I think Bron coasted too much. I think he was waiting for Luka to do the 50-point game thing. Everything he shot failed, get to the line, and it just didn't happen. And while he was missing the few shots he missed, Minnesota was getting down that court, and it got out of hand. Now, we all know LeBron would turn it on and turn it up to 200. But when he was doing that, he was the best player on the team, period. Not saying he's not the best now, but Luka brings a whole nother element to the game. So you can't just take over and then feed Luka. So I think, like you said, he's gonna have to be LeBron, but remember, we still got Luka. Don't take Luka out of the game by being you immediately. So instead of giving Luka the ball in the beginning, letting Luka get warm, going out there and get your shit off. You get what I'm saying? And Luka gonna be there. He gonna understand, hey, this is the LeBron that been beating the hell out of everybody. So let me go and make this shot when I get the ball. So like how Dwayne Wade kowtowed to him, he shouldn't kowtow right now. because it's still going to go. They're going to go as he goes because Luka going to get what he going to get. So I think I put this one squarely on LeBron's shoulders. So be you, run that team, and Luka going to be there ready when you need. So I still say 5, but they're going to have to. I still think 5. The reason being because this whooping here, we know he's a competitor. That whooping done woke up something in him.
Now, Skip,
Something in me.
Skip, that means they got to win 4 straight now.
And until they show me otherwise, I still say 5. I mean, I'm calling Shannon Sharp, yeah, but it's unrealistic now.
We'll see what happens tomorrow. We're gonna see.
Yeah.
Minnesota is become in the last 2 years a dangerous playoff killing team when you least expect it. And when they get hot, they get hot. And the way and them was playing like some criminals sneaking into the church, stealing church money. I don't know what happened. And I'm talking about, and I'm gonna tell you this, Skip. You can say Luka getting off. He's a defensive liability, and they are attacking him. They are attacking him, and it don't matter who it is. They spreading the flow, and they going ISO on him, and they running by him. And just so happily, if they dish or they get to the cup, they knocking down the shot. You see,
and that's why I don't think they can sustain that though. I don't think they can keep that same.
If I say Lakers win tomorrow night, but if they don't, it's a dangerous situation. It's brewing.
All right, Rockets Warriors.
I'm taking Warriors. I'm just gonna take Warriors. They just got this veteran leadership. Don't get me wrong. The Rockets is gonna be there in the next 2-3 years. But that's me. Steph them they battle test.
Playoff Jimmy, man, did his thing last night, and them other wing players for the state playing good. I think Houston was a little bit shell shocked. They used to that run up and down game that they usually play. They've been playing during the season, and it didn't work. They kind of Golden State kind of tightened up defensively on them. And here's a stat, bro. Here's a stat. Stephen Curry has more playoff threes than 4 NBA teams.
Damn,
that's crazy.
Hawks.
You would throw that in there, wouldn't you? One of the Hawks. Boy, you stupid.
No.
You hit a home run with that one. The shell shock ain't the word. I think they thought athleticism was going to beat them guys, and it ain't. They're going to have to play defense. I don't care about how fast you are, how far you can shoot away. They got the best shooter ever. And if he get hot, woo-wee. You know what I mean?
That's my 3-year-old.
Yeah, I don't see them. I see them losing in 5, maybe 6. I don't think Houston coming out. No, I don't think they're beating them.
Agreed.
No.
Well, I remember D a couple of weeks ago was saying about Houston. He said they're young. Yeah, they're killing it this season, but they're a young team just running up and down the court.
Right.
That's all it is. They got a bunch of young guys just going up and down as fast as they can.
Now kudos to Udoka being a head coach. Kudos to him because the scandal that happened in Boston, he's redeemed himself, and he has another young team that's the number 2 seed in the playoffs. Houston has been an afterthought and a doormat for the last 5 years. So they are following the same blueprint as an OKC if you really think about it. And he does have them. I just don't think it's too much veteran leadership with Golden State. It's just too much.
And they don't have a James Harden. Because when James was there, they had him, and then he made everybody else good. Because he's a true point. We ain't gonna say a true point guard, but he was a damn good point guard. And they don't have that. They have, like you said, some Greyhounds, and it's not working. This is not the team that they wanted to play in the first round.
Agreed.
No, not at all. Not at all.
All right, getting us back to the East here. The Cavs and the Heat. Of course, the Heat knocked out the Falcons the other night to move on.
Falcons.
Oh shit, the Hawks. My bad. Too many terrible birds around here. This
Listen,
city is built off of birds that.
listen.
God, these
Wait a
teams-
minute.
Wow.
Wait. Time out.
My
Time
bad.
out. So time
I'm
out.
out.
Time out.
The Falcons, the Hawks, the Canaries.
You have done this the last 2 weeks in a row. What's up with you? You
The
keep
words
calling.
get jumbled.
You
So
keep
when I
calling.
get excited, I start speaking faster than I can think sometimes.
Go red wave in the corner.
Yeah.
Abe, come back. We love you.
Two terrible birds. I just had to, they get confusing sometimes.
Wow. Two terrible birds. Oh my
The Cavs and the Heat.
I don't. This is an interesting series. I got the Cavs winning. They have found their niche in the playoffs, and this is a major playoff series and year for Spider. If he doesn't get this done, Donovan Mitchell, they're gonna start questioning his superstardom. He's an all-star type player. He does what he do, but they got enough firepower with Garland and the rest of those guys up there. This should even go. This can end up in 5 games. I do believe.
Cavs 5.
I picked Cleveland to be playing against Boston anyway. In the league championship, getting ready to go to the finals. But I say the game. I say it gets 6 games.
Okay.
I think the Heat will fight.
Yeah, that good coach. Good.
Yeah, I don't think they'll get swept.
I go for that.
I'm sorry, but D was holding around that charger like it was an old school landline that had the 30-foot cord on it you could take around the house. The way he started trying to pull it. All right. Abe, you said you got the Heat in this one?
Definitely not. Cavs and 5 for sure.
Cavs in 5. I got Cavs in 5.
I think they'll go 6. I think they go 6.
All right, Pacers and Bucks. Indiana leads that 1-0.
Okay, so Dame didn't play because of the blood clots. Am I right?
But they cleared him.
Yeah.
I guess they didn't bring him back real quick, but yeah, he's cleared.
This is going to be a dirty series again, and you have Doc Rivers in the playoff again with all stars on the roster, and they playing low ball level. Very, very, very low rent how they play.
Now watch this. I'm gonna cut you off right there. Keep that. Hold your thought. Has it ever crossed anybody's mind that Doc Rivers really ain't a great coach?
Yes, that's what. Yes.
Just think about that.
Yes.
But now I just had to say that. But go ahead and finish your thought.
So that's my thing. Outside of the one championship in Boston, Doc Rivers is one of the only coaches in the history of the NBA has several Hall of Fame players that he's coached, and he only has 1 ring. They have a bunch of playoff debacles, and things go on. Here you are again. You was gifted a Milwaukee team last year when the guy had a winning record. You got Giannis, and you got Dame on the team, and you know Dame is injured. But Indiana likes to make it a messy basketball game regardless. They're not the most dominant basketball team. They are well coached. But this one might can go 7 in a toss-up. And I'm going to take Milwaukee in 7.
I'm not.
In my opinion.
I'm not. I'm going to take Indiana because they're feisty. And they won by 20 points against a team that has better talent than them. That wasn't luck. In my opinion, I don't think. Of course, Milwaukee missed some shots, and then Dame wasn't there. I get that, but I just feel like the curtain is going to get pulled back on Doc Rivers. All these teams that keep looking over Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson built Golden State. Steve Kerr just took them on to win the championship. That team was in place when Steve took it over, and these teams keep looking over him for God knows what. And y'all picking up these trash ass coaches that really ain't doing nothing to better this team outside of bringing a name to them. It's going to cost them. I think Indiana going to win in 6.
Yeah, man. Initially I thought the Dame Giannis experiment was going to prepare them to win multiple chips. Neither one of them are selfish players. Both of them have played with other stars before, so
What other star Giannis had?
The shooter boy, the other all-star he had playing with him.
Yeah. But
he
wasn't.
had the point guard. He had the Holiday boy that's in.
Drew is good, but I ain't gonna say superstar good.
All-star good, and you got the Middleton the
Middleton
guy. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, to your point, neither one of them have played with another superstar until now.
Okay.
Dame had McCullough out there, and like you said,
they should have never broke that up. That was stupid.
Giannis had, who he's had, but Doc has definitely been a disappointment with them. I really thought all that coming together would work, but Jim Carrey got the Pacers playing feisty, man. So
yes,
I'm gonna take Jim Carrey and the Pacers in 7.
All right. And the last matchup, the Boston Celtics and the Magic. Boston leads that 1-0.
Magic, tragic, or tragic. Celtics in 4.
I got to say this, man. The coach up there in Boston showed me something yesterday, Skip. When Tatum fell on the ground and the trainer was finna run out there, he stopped the trainer and hollered on the court and told Tatum to get his ass up off the court.
I didn't watch the game, really.
Yes, he stopped the trainer and said, "Get up."
Okay,
that shows me right there. He has a handle on his team. He know what's at stake, and y'all ain't got time to play. Now, don't get me wrong. Pablo down there in Orlando, he's a dog. He is a monster.
Yeah, he bringing the ball up. That's why they gonna lose.
He's a monster. And I mean, it's just what it is. He's a monster, but he gonna run out of gas.
Yeah, but he should be bringing the ball up.
Ball up and playing ISO.
Yes,
he got the ball the whole shot clock, man. I'm like,
hey, just like we say about Luka, he'll pat that ball for 20 seconds.
Listen, Mr. Parker, we know the Celtics are the defending, reigning champions.
Get that man his due like you want Philadelphia.
Would you hear me? You hear me?
Okay.
They are the reigning and defending champions, but I gotta respect your head coach, Bo Parker. What I've never seen a coach do in a game is come over and tell a superstar player to get his ass up off the court. And he wasn't sending the trainers out there. That's somebody just chiming in probably late, but hold on.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that in a minute.
So at the end of the day, I see Boston in 4.
All right. Let's hit this real quick. And oh shit, no, everybody's got to go on Boston. My bad.
Yeah,
Boston.
Yeah, Boston.
All right, everybody's to go on Boston.
I said Magic, tragic, or tragic. Boston and 4.
There we go. All right. Now we're just gonna kind of do a little round robin here because I know that Mr. Diamond Dirty D has to get off of here soon. Yeah, man, if Shedeur Sanders was the Georgia quarterback this year, do you think they would have won the Natty? No.
I don't know about winning, but I think they'd have got there.
I mean, he better than Beck was, and he for sure better than
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So, but
I think they'd have got
a lot of it though, man. Georgia receivers dropping shit. Ooh.
Yeah.
And then Shedeur can't play defense against Alabama. They put up 34 points in the half or whatever that score was. So, but maybe I think we would have been in the running. because he's a better option than what we had for sure. Yeah.
Accuracy off the charts. I think so. I think they would have got close if not played for with him.
D, I'm gonna let you get it, but I want to say this real quick.
Go ahead.
But he
What
got
would be the one? What would be the one common denominator
With what?
with Georgia? For any quarterback that's there, what's the one thing that everything in that offense is going to have in common?
A running back.
Mike Bobo's still making the calls.
Now, you got. I totally agree, Charles. I will say this: if we keep the same, if we leave the playoff system like it was, what we played this year, Georgia would have beat Notre Dame. That's one. They would have beat Notre Dame. Look at the score. I'm just going to go with that. They would have beat Notre Dame. But a lot of those games would have been a different outcome. Shador doesn't turn the ball over. He would have made the right read, and he would have ran a little bit more than a Carson Beck did.
But he was our quarterback. That means Deion will have to be our coach, though, right?
No, we.
What you mean? What you mean?
You got a point. You're right. I didn't think about that. You're right.
He done been everywhere he done been.
You're right.
Yeah. This gonna be his first year not being coached
Playing
by
upon his dad. You're right.
Well, let me go back to Charles' question. Anybody in the nation outside of Carson Beck could have won us the natty. I'm just gonna be honest with you because
so much hate for a kid y'all loved 378 days ago.
Who?
The Georgia fans loved Carson Beck going into last season.
I'm speaking for self.
I mean, going into it,
going into the season, y'all love Carson Beck.
No, I did not.
He was a Heisman. He was a Heisman prospect.
You're right. You're right. Y'all are right. Y'all are totally right. I wasn't sold on him. I'm sorry. You know, I want a little bit there.
I saw a video of the what was that girl's name? The Cavender chick that he moved to Miami for, where she was talking in an interview and she said, I didn't even know he was cheating on me. He was just a piece of shit person. And I found out about the cheating after I broke up with him.
Oh, so
she said on a personal level. Now, you know, this could just be bitter ex-girlfriend talk.
So
she said on a personal level he's a shitty dude.
Wait a minute. So he don't know what didn't happen. That one now.
No.
So you know they stole his cars down there first. Your Dade County thugs came and took the car.
That's Miami. They'll teach you about going place you don't need to be.
That's one. No, they went to the house and got
it. They stole out front of their house.
Yeah, they went and got 3 cars from the house. That's one. He got caught cheating on the girlfriend that he went to Miami for. She didn't left him.
Well, he got a bag, so it don't matter.
Right.
I was gonna get somebody else anyway. I'm just letting you know.
Right. They said one of them Latinos put it on him down there, and he was.
When they went down there for the Super Bowl, all in the strip clubs or whatnot.
Don't bring that up. Don't you bring it up.
Well, either way, the girl, you know, again, it could just be, you know, bitter ex-girlfriend talk. But she said that I didn't even know about the cheating until after the fact.
Wow. I ain't even hear about that one.
Yeah.
All right, fellas. Skip, give me your last take.
Last take. I guess I could talk about Shador, man. I'm so sick of all of these people making him not to be as great of a quarterback as he is. Not that he's the greatest, not that he's the best. He's one of them. And now every day something has changed. Oh, he doesn't have a strong arm, this and that. And like his daddy say, if his last name wasn't Sanders, they wouldn't be talking about it. So I want this young man to get drafted by whoever he gets drafted by. When he gets on the field, show improvement. And then remember, just like your daddy did to all the reporters when they was at Jackson State and then at Colorado, I remember what you said. Yeah, I want your question. Next question. I think that's what he needs to do and retort or reply to all these guys that, you know, ain't never hyped the football that's bashing him. And thank y'all for tuning in. Appreciate everybody.
All right, thank y'all for tuning in, man. But I'm gonna go back to Ja again, man. I don't know if he wants to be the face of the league, but just the way it's set up now, it's his for the taking. And I feel like he's not handling his um, situations properly. I definitely feel like he's really kind of being unknowingly ungrateful to the situation that he's in. Got kids out here struggling, trying to get to where he's at, and he's taking the situation for granted, and he's hurting himself and his team. So hopefully he's still very young, still very talented, great player. So hopefully he gets his head together, let his actions on and off the court match his play. Appreciate everybody for tuning in, man. I'll see y'all next week.
Thank everybody for tuning in. Really appreciate the interaction from everybody. Join us every Monday. We'll be back with draft takes next week. And my last take, me and Kev, we watch certain things or whatever, and we witnessed WrestleMania over the weekend, a very interesting spectacle of an event that goes on, and 61,000 people filled up the Death Star out there in Las Vegas. I think there was more people that was in that place than a Raider game in the last 2 years. So, interesting to see these people put on this show. We all know it's not real. I'm just wondering, could a UFC event fill up a stadium of that magnitude? But yeah,
Absolutely.
Thank you everyone for tuning in again, and we'll be back next Monday. And again, fly Eagles fly.
Oh,
He just had to ruin it. Yeah, man, that WrestleMania used to be so exciting. I told D backstage that about the best part of that damn show was when Stone Cold crashed the four-wheeler into the wall at the end. That was not it. Hey, man, real quick, something else I said to D backstage when we were talking about NIL and the Nico kid out of Tennessee. I saw a post on Instagram, and I thought it made a very good point. It said the four of the top QBs in the country, four of the QBs that they're looking at as possibly the best four in the country, are all loyal to the school that recruited them. Garrett Nussmeier, LSU. Lenora Sellers, South Carolina. Drew Aller, Penn State. And John Branks, if you're watching, you can record this and listen to it every night before you go to sleep.
John
Cade
Banks.
University. Cade Klubnik.
John Banks.
Yeah.
And I know I hate Clemson, but I got to give it to the kid. He can ball. So just some interesting things to look at. I am a firm believer that if a school has put time, effort, and money into you, and the only issue is you want more money, I think you should look past that. But hey, I'm not the one getting off with the $1 million offers in front of me. All right, for everybody who tuned in, we thank you so much, and we will be back next Monday night. Until then, please make sure that the beer is cold and the wings stay lemon pepper, baby. We are out.